Gracie, you ready to help Papa cook? You are? Well, it's raining outside, so why don't you and Papa get to cooking, okay? Before Lilybit wakes up, okay? Okay. Well, as you can see, Gracie's there ready to help. And she said hi. And you might see we got just a few things out. We got a crock pot out right there. Because that's why we're doing what we're doing. Getting ready to throw some things in that crock pot. And before we do that, we got to get something ready. And you might notice right there, we got a couple of really fine looking, rather large, red ripe fresh tomatoes. Look at those. They're looking nice. But there's a problem. See, they still got their skins on. We don't want that. Nope, we don't want to have little curlicues of skin in what we'll be making in the crock pot later. So you can see, we've also got a pot of boiling water. Well, it's getting boiling. Right there on the stove. Look at that stove. We cleaned it yesterday. Here again, something we do when it's raining outdoors and we can't get out and do the things we'd like to in the outdoors. But then we got a bowl of water here. We got to get some ice for. We got another small bowl. That's where these will go when we get them all prepared. And we got some tongs and a knife. So you may wonder what we're up to. Well, it gets back to those pesky peels. We don't want them in our finished dish. Nope, we don't. We want peeled. So we got to peel them. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So hey, let me set you all up over there, back in the kitchen and dining room, and let's get this on the road, okay? Gracie's getting impatient anyway. Well, we got to get some ice out. Yeah. Gracie, you almost made us forget about the ice. Yeah. Woo! Water's starting to boil good. And we better do this over the sink. We've got old school ice cube trays. Yep, doing it over the sink was a real good idea. We're still going to miss some. That's one. And the one that went on the floor, we ain't going to use. Do we got another tray, Gracie? Yeah, we do. Right here, back to the sink. Yeah, I know most of you probably got one of those there high polluting ice makers. But Mr. Tom goes old school. He makes his cubes. I'm sure y'all know how to make ice cubes, right? We'll fill them up when we get ready. But the first thing we got to do, we got to take our maters, sharp knife, and we're just going to cut us a little bit of a X right in the bottom. Well, I mean, you can make it an X, you can make it a square, you can make whatever you want with a paring knife or knife of your choice. It's just that easy. See? Well, I think you can see. It's a little bit dark in the kitchen. Lighting's not so good. And we're going to put it over here in this boiling water. Move some things out of the way so y'all can get a little bit closer. So you can see what we got going on. Yep, little old country kitchen. Ain't real high tech. So the water's nice and boiling, as you might be able to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to set one of these in there, right like that. Then we're going to grab our other one. We're going to set it in there. And we're going to leave it. And if you do your own research or check on Mr. Google on that, they'll tell you, leave them in there for 30 seconds. What I found is you got to leave them in there till you notice that the peel just starts to wrinkle up and pull away. Okay? And that's approximately, if your water was to a rolling boil when you dropped them in there, approximately 30 seconds to a minute. And that's what we're doing right now. And I can already see the peel is peeling away. Let me show you. Can you see it now? Can you see where that peel has started to peel back? Where we put that little X or cross in it? And it's split here on the top of this one. Yep. Of course the water ain't boiling much now because we dropped in 2 cold tomatoes. But I mean, these are going to get cooked anyway. So you really can't go wrong here. I mean, you can leave them in there for longer than 30 seconds to a minute. And it ain't going to hurt them not one single bit. It's just going to make it all the more easier. Now, if you were wanting to use them for some type of fresh dish without cooking, then it might cause you a problem. But you just want them in there till you see the skin splitting and starting to shrivel up. However long that takes. That's what I've found. The 30-second rule goes fine for temperatures that are at room temperature and smaller tomatoes. You know, like Romas, grape tomatoes, those pesky cherry tomatoes. But those have been in there for a little over a minute. So what are we going to do next? Well, we're going to take them right here. We're going to try not to drop them. Yep. And we're going to move them right over here and place them in our ice water. Right there. There we go. We got both of them in our water. And we're going to leave them there for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to come back and peel them, okay? So let's go chat in the dining room or do something. Lilybit, did you wake up? Huh? Did you wake up? You did. What do you want? You want to see the people stew? No, you my baby too, aren't you? Thank you for waking up to help Papa, okay? I appreciate it. It's always good to have 2 helpers, even if you don't got thumbs. Well, maybe she's not going to be much help. Who knows? Well, it's been approximately 5 minutes. Now, there's no magic time to have it in your ice water bath. 5 minutes or more. Could be in there 3 hours for all that matters. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take them, and pardon my lighting here in the old country kitchen, you're just going to take off those skins, see, just like that. Yep. So easy. Now I'll tell you an even easier way. I just brush that knife right over them. And look at that. See how they come off? Yep. Just the way they do it. In those factories. Except they got actually machines. Little rubber rollers that once they scald the tomatoes and that, it just rubs all the skins off. Look at there. You see that? Now, it's another super easy way to do this is, of course, to do it by freezing your tomatoes. You can actually freeze your tomatoes. Yep. And then dump them right in this water. Now I don't core mine out at the beginning. I'm going to core it right now, and that, holding it in my hand, and got me a little sharp knife here. See, cores out. So what do I got? I got me a nice peeled tomato, and I'm just going to dump that right back in my water right there. And you can see right there's a good example of that peel coming right on up. See? Look at that. Sort of kind of fun. Comes right up to that stem. We're going to move it over here, grab another piece by just raking that sharp edge of that knife over. Look at that. I could do this all day long, because I have back when parents, grandparents, even the great-grands, when it came time to can. No, we didn't can our maters with the skins like you'll see some youngins doing these days. Oh, and then when they use them in recipes, they got one of those emulsifier blenders, and they blend everything up so you can't even tell. And that's all fine and good. And I got one of them, but I'm wanting to use these tomatoes whole. Or not whole. I'm going to dice them up, just like those canned diced tomatoes, in the dish. And see, look at there. Yeah, buddy. She's all done. And we're a mess. So we got to go get cleaned up a little bit. We'll be right back. So we got it cleaned up a little bit. The only thing we're going to do now, since we're going to clean up this process, is we're going to take these fine tomatoes. We're just going to set them in this other bowl, so we can dump out our bowl with the ice cubes and that. And we're going to set them in the fridge and let them cool back down till we get ready to make the recipe this evening in our crock pot. But I hope that was a little bit informative, educational, or maybe entertaining. And maybe if you have a different way of doing it, you'll tell us all how you do it in the comments below the video. Hey, let me get these in the fridge so they can be cooling down a little more. Well, there you have it. We even got cleaned up real quick while y'all were sitting there talking amongst yourselves out in the dining room and living room. So all we got to do now is get ready to proceed with the dish we're going to be fixing in our crock pot that we've had most of our life, over 40 some odd years. Yep. And you may wonder what we're going to be doing. Well, you'll have to come back later this evening to see it, won't you? But until then, I just thought I'd show you what I was up to, peeling a couple of tomatoes quick and easy, down and dirty, or down and clean. So until I, Gracie and Lily bit that you saw helping me out in the kitchen, and the kitty crew outside, see y'all on the next video. Y'all take care, stay safe, and God bless you as you bless others. Goodbye for now. We got to get busy and get it cooking. Phew, yeah, we do. Hey, Gracie. Hey, Lilybit, come on. We got more work to do. You can't just sit in there all day socializing with your fans and viewers. Come on. I know they're your friends and family. They're mine too. But we got work to do. Oh, later all. And why didn't y'all tell me they were still here? I thought they'd all leaving.